How do you go from a staggering net worth that peaked as high as $6.6 billion to losing almost all of it in a matter of months? In early 2022, Kanye West, the artist now known as Ye, was on top of the world. Forbes estimated his fortune at $2 billion, with a fashion empire valued at $1.5 billion and culture at his feet. By the end of the year, it had all but vanished. He wasn't the victim of a market crash or a bad investment. The person responsible was Ye himself. This is the story of how the very genius that built a billion-dollar empire was the same force that burned it to the ground. So how did he lose it all? Well, first we have to understand how he built it. This isn't just a story about music or fashion. It's about a relentless, world-bending self-belief that turned a producer from Chicago into a global icon. In the early 2000s, hip-hop was dominated by gangster rap. Credibility was tied to the streets. Then came Kanye, a middle-class college dropout in a pink polo, rapping about his faith, his insecurities, and the trappings of consumerism. He was already a star producer for artists like Jay-Z, but the industry didn't see him as a headliner. They told him he didn't fit the mold, so he smashed it. His 2004 debut album, The College Dropout, was a seismic shift. It sold 441,000 copies in its first week and won a Grammy for Best Rap Album. It was definitive proof that his vision could redefine the mainstream. This was the first real glimpse of his unique genius, the ability to see a reality that didn't exist and will it into being. That same prove them wrong energy is exactly what he brought to fashion. After a frustrating deal with Nike left him without creative control or royalties, he made a game-changing move. In 2013, he partnered with Adidas to create what would become an empire. The Adidas-Yeezy collaboration wasn't just another celebrity sneaker deal. It was a cultural and financial behemoth. Forbes estimated the deal contributed $1.5 billion to his net worth. The Yeezy brand was more than just successful. It was proof that Kanye's genius for building worlds extended far beyond the recording studio. The very traits that built Kanye's empire were the same ones that would tear it down. The perfectionism that delivered groundbreaking albums also meant he was incapable of compromise. The unfiltered honesty that made his music so raw became a total lack of a social or corporate filter. The cracks had been showing for years. From the infamous Taylor Swift interruption at the VMAs to his 2018 declaration that slavery was a choice, his public statements grew increasingly erratic. Each new controversy tested the limits of his fame and the patience of his corporate partners. In September 2022, he unilaterally severed a promising partnership with Gap, a move that foreshadowed the chaos to come. His political stances, social media tirades, and public feuds began to eclipse his art. The genius that once challenged norms was now just breaking them, with little regard for who or what he broke in the process. The point of no return came in October 2022. It started at his Yeezy fashion show in Paris, where he wore a White Lives Matter t-shirt, a slogan the Anti-Defamation League identifies as a hate slogan. The backlash was swift, but instead of backing down, Kanye went on the attack. He took to social media and a series of interviews, unleashing a torrent of hateful and dangerous anti-Semitic comments. On October 8th, he tweeted he was going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. In a later interview, he boasted, "I can say anti-Semitic S and Adidas cannot drop me." He was wrong. For years, corporations had calculated that his commercial value outweighed the reputational risk. But this was a line that no amount of genius or fame could uncross. This wasn't just another controversy, it was hate speech, and the corporate world finally responded. The fallout was swift and brutal. On October 25, 2022, Adidas terminated its partnership with Ye, effective immediately. In a statement, the company declared, "Adidas does not tolerate antisemitism and any other sort of hate speech. Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous." That one decision vaporized an estimated $1.5 billion of his net worth overnight. Forbes, which had listed him with a $2 billion fortune, immediately revised it down to $400 million, officially knocking him off the billionaires list. The dominoes fell fast. The fashion house Balenciaga cut all ties. His talent agency, CAA, dropped him. A completed documentary about him was shelved indefinitely. JP Morgan Chase ended their business relationship. In a matter of weeks, the vast empire he had spent nearly a decade building was dismantled. The corporate partnerships, brand deals, and professional representation that formed the infrastructure of his wealth were gone. All that remained was his music catalog, real estate, and a 5% stake in his ex-wife's company Skims. Kanye's story is a modern tragedy about a man who flew so close to the sun that his own brilliance burned his wings. The relentless drive and uncompromising vision that made him a revolutionary artist were the very traits that led to his public ruin. He proved he could build an empire, but he also proved he could be its sole agent of destruction. In the years since, the story has only gotten more complicated. While Forbes maintains his net worth is around $400 million, and other outlets like Celebrity Net Worth estimate it closer to $350 million, Ye has disputed these figures. In early 2025, he posted a valuation from a private firm claiming he was worth $2.77 billion, a number that remains unconfirmed by major financial publications. He has issued apologies for his statements, citing mental health struggles. In late 2024, the dispute with Adidas was formally settled, with both sides agreeing to move on without any further payments exchanged. But the central irony of his story remains. Kanye West built a billion-dollar empire by convincing the world to believe in his genius. He then destroyed it by believing that same genius made him untouchable. His downfall is a complex lesson on the volatile relationship between creativity, controversy, and commerce, a stark reminder that some lines simply can't be crossed. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you subscribe for more stories that shape our culture. And we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know, what do you believe is the legacy of Kanye West's business career?